At some point in our lives, almost every one of us will have our heart broken. Kathy planned her wedding when she was in middle school, down to the timeline, meet her future husband by 27, get engaged a year later, married the year after that. But at 27, she didn't find a husband. She found a lump in her breast. Months of harsh chemotherapy and painful surgeries followed. Just as she was ready to jump back into the dating world, she found another lump in her other breast and had to do it all over again. Kathy recovered, and as soon as her eyebrows grew back in, because when you're going on first dates in New York City, you need to be able to express a wide range of emotions, she met Rich. She fell in love, and for 6 months the relationship was everything she hoped it would be. After a lovely weekend in New England, dinner at their favorite romantic restaurant felt like the moment. She knew he was going to propose, but Rich did not propose that night. He broke up with her. He cared deeply for Kathy. He did, but he wasn't in love. Kathy was shattered, and 5 months later, her heart was still broken. Why do we struggle so much to recover from heartbreak, even when we've weathered bigger storms? In over 20 years of private practice, one truth stands out. When your heart is broken, the instincts you ordinarily rely on will time and again lead you down the wrong path. We know that having a clear understanding of why a relationship ended helps us move on. Yet when we're offered a simple, honest explanation like the one Rich gave Kathy, we reject it. Heartbreak creates dramatic emotional pain, and our mind insists the cause must be equally dramatic. Kathy became convinced something had happened during that romantic getaway, and she spent countless hours searching her memory for clues that weren't there. Her mind tricked her into a wild goose chase. Why did she stay in it for months? Because heartbreak is far more insidious than we realize. Brain studies have shown that the withdrawal of romantic love activates the same mechanisms that fire when addicts withdraw from substances like cocaine or opioids. Kathy was going through withdrawal. Since she couldn't have the heroin of being with Rich, her unconscious mind chose the methadone of memories. Every trip down memory lane, every text, every second stalking an ex on social media isn't solving a mystery. It's getting a fix, feeding an addiction and deepening pain. Getting over heartbreak is not a journey. It's a fight, and your reason is your strongest weapon. There's no breakup explanation that will feel satisfying. No rationale can take away the pain. Accept the explanation you were given or make one up and put the question to rest. You also have to be willing to let go, because hope can be incredibly destructive when your heart is broken. Heartbreak is a master manipulator. It pushes our mind to do the opposite of what we need to heal. One of the most common traps is idealizing the person who broke your heart, replaying their smile, how great they made you feel, that perfect night under the stars. That only makes your loss more painful. To avoid idealizing, balance the highlight reel with the bloopers. Their frown, not just their smile, the arguments, the ways they were wrong for you. Make an exhaustive list of every bad fit, every pet peeve, and keep it on your phone. Use it whenever nostalgia creeps in. Phone, please. Your mind will try to tell you they were perfect. They were not, and neither was the relationship. About halfway through this fight, I want to hear from you. What thought or habit are you using as methadone that keeps you stuck? And what is one concrete step you'll take this week to cut that fix and move forward? Share it in the comments so someone else can borrow your strategy. Heartbreak doesn't spare any of us. Miguel, a 56-year-old senior executive, finally felt ready to date 5 years after his wife died. He met Sharon. A whirlwind romance ensued. They introduced their adult children after a month and moved in after 2. The night before their first anniversary, Sharon left to move to the West Coast to be closer to her children and didn't want a long-distance relationship. Miguel was blindsided and devastated. Feeling alone and in pain can significantly impair our intellectual functioning, especially in tasks involving logic and reasoning. It temporarily lowers our IQ. 40% of people experience clinically measurable depression. Heartbreak is a complex psychological injury. It impacts identity, social life, and daily rhythms. Miguel didn't just lose a girlfriend, he lost dinners at the house, camping trips with other couples, and the welcoming community at Sharon's church. That's why the cure is comprehensive. Identify every void identity, social support, activities, even the empty spaces on the wall, and fill them. Prevent the mistakes that set you back. Don't search for explanations. Don't idealize. Don't give your ex a starring role in your next chapter. If this helped, subscribe for more science-backed motivation and tools to heal and grow. Have compassion for anyone who's heartbroken and have patience. It will take them longer to move on than you think. If you're hurting, know this. It is difficult. It is a battle within your own mind, and you have to be diligent to win. But you do have weapons. You can fight, and you will heal. What will you choose to let go of today to start healing?